right, on these, again, it's just adding and subtracting, common denominator, but none of these have common denominators. So when I look at A, I want to get those to have a common denominator. 14 is going to be my common denominator. I multiplied the bottom by 7. I multiplied the top by 7. 7 times 1 is 7. On the second one, to get 14, I multiplied by 2. I multiply the top by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Now, with common denominators, I can go ahead and add. 7 plus 2 is 9 over 14, and that is in lowest terms. For B, that minus and negative becomes a positive. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1/3 plus 1/9. Now my common denominator, the smallest thing that 3 and 9 will both go into is 9. Now the second one already has a 9, so I'm going to leave that as 1/9. But 3, I multiplied that by 3, so I multiply the top by 3. So I get 3/9 plus 1/9, and that is 4/9. Part C, common denominator. Now you could just multiply those two things together and get 96 for the common denominator, but if you're careful and you pay attention, you will hopefully see that they both go into 24, which is a lot easier to get to than 96. To get to 24, I took 12 times 2, so I'm going to take 5 times 2 and make that 10. I take 8 times 3, and take 3 times 3, and that's 9. Then I add 10 plus 9 is 19 over 24. Part D, the smallest thing both 6 and 4 will go into is 12. So I took 6 times 2, I take 5 times 2. 4, I took it times 3, I'm going to take 3 times 3. So 10 over 12 minus 9 over 12, 1 over 12. And finally, part E, 49 and a 35. The smallest thing those will both go into. Well, it's going to be, when I look at this, 49 is 7 times 7, 35 is 7 times 5. The smallest thing those will go into is 7 times 7 times 5, if I can do that. And that's going to be 49 times 5, and that'll be 245. Now, looking at that, that means I have to take this times 5. It means I take the top times 5. 33 times 5 is 150 plus 15, 165. And here I had to multiply by a 7. I'm going to multiply the top by a 7. 70 and 56 is 126. Now these two, 165, negative 165, and a negative 126, kind of big numbers. Since they're the same sign, I add them, get 291 over 245, but it's a negative because they're both negative. So, and I'm just going to leave it like that in improper form.